Let's look at an example of constructing a Bootstrap sampling distribution for a single proportion. I'm going to use StatKey for this demonstration. In the center column, you'll see Bootstrap confidence intervals. For this example, I'm going to construct a Bootstrap distribution for a single proportion. As before, StatKey has a number of built-in data sets. Let's use the mixed nuts dataset. In this sample of 100 mixed nuts, 52 were peanuts. We can see these sample counts on the right in the original sample table. To construct a Bootstrap sampling distribution, what we would do by hand, or what StatKey is going to do for us, is randomly select one nut from the original sample, record whether it is a peanut or not, return that nut to the original sample, and repeat 99 more times. In total, we would have randomly selected 100 nuts with replacement from this sample. We're doing this 100 times because our original sample size was 100. If I click Generate One Sample, StatKey will do this for us. On the right, we now have a Bootstrap sample table under our original sample table. In our first Bootstrap sample, 57 out of 100 nuts were peanuts. On the larger Bootstrap dot plot, that first Bootstrap sample proportion is represented by this dot. We can repeat this process a second time. In our second Bootstrap sample, 52 out of 100 nuts were peanuts. This second Bootstrap sample proportion is represented by this second dot on the larger graph. This arrow and the number under it show the mean of the Bootstrap proportions thus far. The mean of our two Bootstrap sample proportions is 0.545. StatKey gives us the options to generate 1, 10, 100, or 1,000 Bootstrap samples at a time. Unless otherwise specified, you should be taking at least 5,000 Bootstrap samples. Let's do that now. Now we have a total of 5,002 Bootstrap sample proportions being shown on our dot plot. This is our Bootstrap sampling distribution. If we hover over any of these points, the data from that one sample shows up in the Bootstrap sample table on the right. Note that the original sample table is not going to change. At the bottom of the dot plot, we have the mean of all of these Bootstrap sample proportions, 0.521. This value can also be found at the top right of the dot plot, where we are given the number of resamples, the mean of this distribution, and the standard error, which is the standard deviation of this distribution. Next, you'll learn how you can use this Bootstrap sampling distribution to construct a confidence interval.